one just look how you did it.
Now I'm going to tell you about a little research study. So imagine we have a group of stick people and a group of star people. So, I don't know if you can read this, but this says bad. There's star people, and they're about to take a math test, and they're told, you know what, star people are actually not very good at math. But now here's this test. And how do you think they did? They didn't do very well. Yeah. When the star people were told, star people are actually pretty good at math. They're just as good as stick people. How do you think they did? They did much better. Yeah. So this research is actually about stereotypes, and it's about thinking, if you have a sense that star people, if you're a star person and you have a sense that star people aren't good at something, you'll actually perform worse because you think that people like you are not as good as other people. And the interesting thing about this is that when they told the star people, you know what, this is just for fun, this is not a math test. It might look like a math test, but it's just for fun. They did so much better. So when they didn't have that pressure of thinking, this is a test, I'm going to be judged for this, but people might, like me, don't do well on things like this, when they thought it was just for fun, they did much better.
Eyeball.
Yes, it's a staple.
Oh gosh, I think it's like gone.
These like work like tweezers to like move things around and stuff.
Okay. So once you've looked at all of that stuff,
Can we cut off one of its tentacles to look at it?
in a second.
Yes.
So after you've looked at all those internal organs, if you want to lift them up and over and feel underneath them, there should be something that's a little hard. You guys all say Melinda? So on you guys. So
Here, I got it.
all of these organs, there's
that?
something that's kind of rigid.
Oh, I feel it. I feel it.
It's hard. Gently pull it out, and Catherine might be able to help you with that.
Oh, it's hard.
Very carefully.
What experiment that you could use to test it? For example, here's the question. How are transpiration rates affected by the measured area of a leaf?
So
What do you think? What type of question do you think
the
that is?
measured area of a leaf? Is that testable or not?
Not testable.
You don't think it's testable? Why not?
It's testable because you're asking how does this affect this? Yeah? Yeah? So that can go under testable.
Let's
look at the way this question is worded.
Someone else wants to
So this is our home. Anybody notice anything particular about what's funky on this map?
Plastics, lots of variety of plastic containers, bags, things that we can reuse, the way that they feel, right, are based on how they are made. Plastics are made from chain-like polymers, little molecules, and these are different. And depending on how they're made, they might be thicker, they might be bendy, they might be really hard plastics, like toys that we can use over and over again, right? And so, what do we do with some of these plastic items that after we use them, like the plastic containers or plastic water bottles? What do we do with those once we finish using them?
I reuse them.
We can reuse them. Fantastic. What else might we be able to do?
You can recycle them.
We can recycle them. Excellent. We could also think of doing what? Using alternatives, right? Not using plastic at all. Fantastic. And
I don't want to go out liquid.
It's almost liquid.
No, like really liquid.
This is the last. There you go.
In these smaller samples, near you, you don't really,
So
and we mentioned
it looks like a
that
fat duck.
So,
I'm getting
yeah, so with a microscope like this, it's hard to see such a good image.
We just started learning the elements. And
Have you learned about phosphorus at all, or
yeah,
nitrogen?
we're learning the chemical symbols right now. So
Nice. How far have you gotten down the table? There's a lot of elements, right?
yeah, we're learning 35 of them
Oh wow.
right now.
That's a lot. Yeah, so
So Bathy, have you ever heard of like the Bathy pelagic? That's like the deep ocean. No, that's not. And Raja means red. Sorry, I'm hard
The
to.
name of Jasmine.
You know what? Somebody said that earlier.
Now what we want to do is we're going to, almost like gas particles in a cloud, just kind of start walking around in that circle. Just sort of say hi with a smile or something. So just keep walking. And then what you want to do, keep your bodyguard between you and your assassin at all times. Keep your bodyguard between you and your assassin. I'm lost. You are now protected. You don't
And then your stomach, your large intestine, and your small intestine.
Community that serve people that don't have insurance or need most.
Okay. And it's going to keep walking until it doesn't really see the garbage anymore. And then it's going to turn. And it's going to start walking. Yeah, so it'll sort of walk at a very slow.
Do we need to do this?
Okay, good job. So those both match, so just keep them in your pot.
So you guys do have sort of a pattern in your top. But that's not how I saw it.
And compare them to where you put your motor, okay? Now the cool part about this control box is that I can make an ROV go up, down, left, right, back, forward with just 3 motors. How the heck do I do that? Have any ideas? Yeah.
It has like those little sticks for forward and back.
Okay. Why do you think I have these ones down? What do you think the purpose of these are? What's your guess? Yeah, I can stand it up. If I didn't have these, what's going to hit the bottom of the pool? Yeah, whacked right into the propeller. Over there is very good.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Never work together. Maybe I'll get together in a circle. Maybe lay it out.
You can twist them around or watch this. There you go. Because you want all your
I was wondering about that one.
So if you put, I know it's very cool. So if you put that there, this is where it's
Yeah, there you go. Good job. All right. Okay, now bring it back. Okay, why don't you stop it and go down?
How do you make it go down?
With that yellow one.
Go down, too much floating.
Oh, too much floaty.
Let's bring it back. Wait, stop. Let's bring it back. Okay, next time you use the controller. Okay.
Which floaties are you going to take off?
I'm thinking this one.
And now I want to leave you with just one question, and that's how might you create a community around these things that you've learned and that you can teach people, and then also around the things that you want to learn. Because this may surprise you, because we learn most of the time in school, we learn from teachers and adults. Actually, one of the best ways to learn something is from your peers. Because they know what it's like they might have just a little bit more information than you, and you can learn together. And it's also probably pretty fun to learn with your peers. So think about, what are the ways that you could form a community around these ideas? Would it be through social media? Could it be through the group here? You already know that a lot of you have shared interests because you're all here today. So I'd like you to find at least 2 people today. As you're going through the day and meeting new people, find at least 2 people that you could ask to join your community about something that you want to learn about. Okay? And that is all. Thank you so much for having me.
Today I enjoyed doing the underwater robots because you could see if it works underwater like a robot. What I enjoyed today is the strawberry DNA because you get to test it out and you get to put a lot of sorts of things in there.
What I liked about the underwater robots is that you get to create your own robot.
What I really enjoyed was what can we learn about bark because we can know what the animals eat.
What I love today is that we got to be creative and build our own robots and test it underwater.
What I learned today is that about the underwater robots, and it was so fun.